Guys, welcome back. My name is Natalie. If you're looking at Bitcoin, and we do have on the left side the higher time frames, and on the right side we have the lower time frames, we can actually see that the market did have a little downtrend on the lower time frames, and right now we just might have broken the downtrend based off of this little trend line that I do have here. We broke it, can come back down and retest it. I'm gonna show you during the day why I took this trade right here, and it actually went straight down to my profit right here. This is what I'm gonna show you what we potentially can do on Bitcoin, and I'm also obviously gonna go through Ethereum. As always, I want to remember you that I am no financial advisor, so please, you need to look everything up yourself first. Continue watching this video. I'm gonna show you what I see and why I see it. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily, we are looking at a doji just formed, but it's 8 hours left. So right now we just have to wait and see what the market will do. But if we're going down to the lower time frames, obviously it's a lot of other things that happens. And you can see that I did have this horizontal line here on 47826, and the market actually has been around that area these couple of hours, and it's respecting it right now. Actually came right back down and retested some of the areas I'm gonna show you on the lower time frame soon. I actually did take a trade on this one, so I'm gonna show you this in a little bit. This is how it looks on the 4 hour. We can also take the Fibonacci. I took it from 47094 to the high, and that's 48285. And we did have a previous support right here. It touched one time. You can see that it also been touching it 2 times. You can see that this candle right here actually just closed just on the top of the body right here at 5 o'clock afternoon. If we're looking at the 1 hour, we can actually see it makes more sense than looking at the 4 hour. This is just a huge wick to the downside. Obviously, I want to see more of candles so I can actually see how it did look. And if we're looking at the 2 hour, you can see that the market did actually come to these 2 candles right here and retested it, and then it did continue to the upside. If we're going down to the lower time frames, I'm actually gonna show you where I did take my entry and where my profit was. And my entry was, this was my exact entry, 48050. It looks kind of different on TradingView, but this was my entry. Why I took my trade, I took my Fibonacci from the high, and that's 48242 to the low, and that's 47780. I did have a limit order, so a sell limit order. So when the market spiked up and then it came back down again, my order activated. So I wasn't in drawdown that much, and my target was down here at 47351, and it actually just came down and smashed it. Why I took it down here was because I did see this as a support. And I didn't know, but I was pretty sure that the market actually were supposed to come back down here and then retest it and then continue to the upside. You can see right now that the market came back up and retested my previous Fibonacci level right here. So what we'll see right now is if the market will continue to the downside or if it will continue up. Depends. We do have a huge candle to the upside right now. And you can see that if the market closes like this in 17 minutes, we will see an engulfing candle at a support right here. For this one, it can actually be that the market will continue to the upside if it closes like this. If the market will continue to the upside, we can take a new Fibonacci from the low, 47397, to the high, 48075. If the market comes back down here and rejects it, I can definitely see a potential buy, because on the overall picture we are still in a uptrend if we're looking at the higher time frames. But if it continues down, like you have huge candlestick like this. Looking at Ethereum right now, I do have a Fibonacci level on here too. That's from the low, and that's 3394 to the high, and that's 3636. If the market comes back down here to the Fibonacci levels, I'm gonna look at on how it looks on the lower time frames. For me right now, you can also see that we do have this double bottom right here. If we're just looking at it quickly, you have double bottom and you have the neckline right here. So the market can potentially come back down here and retest it and then continue to the upside. I want to see how did it look like that on Bitcoin? Yeah, you have the same here. You have the double bottom and you have the neckline right here. The market doesn't have to come back down here, but obviously we need a pullback, and we just might do that right now. The market can also come back down to this area 47073, but it does respect this trend line, this horizontal line that I have on 47848. If we're going back to Ethereum, this is how it looks. And we can potentially come back down and retest these areas right here. Looking at the lower time frames, we're still in a downtrend like this, because this lower high is lower than the previous lower high, and if we're gonna make it another lower low, obviously we're gonna be below this previous lower low. That's 3555. We can come back down here to this support, or we can come back down to this Fibonacci levels that I do have on the higher time frames, and that's 3487 or 3517. If the market continues down, it can definitely come back down here and retest it, and after that we want to see I want to see the market slowly on the lower time frames continue to the upside, and I'm finding my entries on the higher lows. You have a higher low, higher low, higher low. So that's where I'm trying to find my entries, combining that with Fibonacci levels to see where they potentially can come to. So yeah, so right now on Ethereum and Bitcoin, I do believe we can come back down a little bit, because we've been spiking to the upside. We've been going up for a while right now, and the market obviously need the pullback, and after that we can wait. I wait and see where the market stops at respected areas. So this is what I see right now on Ethereum and Bitcoin. I want the market to come back down a little bit. I'm using the Fibonacci levels, and in yesterday's video I showed you guys how my settings are for my Fibonacci levels and how I use it. Nothing right or nothing wrong, it works for me. We do have this level right here that's very respected, obviously 47094. So if we come back down here, obviously the market can bounce off of it. That's usually what the market does. Comes to a resistance, bounce off of it. Comes to a support, bounces off of it. Having this little trend line right here, we might just break. We just might have broken the trend line. You see, you had a little fake out, came back down, and maybe we're just retesting this little trend line right here, and then it will continue to the upside. At the lower time frames, we just might have broken the trend line. So the market can come back down here to this Fibonacci level that I do have and respect the trend line, and then continues to the upside. And at that point, we are breaking the downtrend to a uptrend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below if you did so, and give it a thumbs up, and we'll see each other on tomorrow's video. Bye bye.